Are we live yet? Are we there yet?
No, I don't think so.
I think we are actually, because I can see
Yes,
my screen
yes.
live on Facebook, so we
Now,
are
yes.
live. Yay!
Yay! So
We
I
made
did
it.
it again. This is the
Yes.
fourth time that I'm going live, and I don't know that I am live or not. So hi guys, hi everyone. I have a very special, gorgeous guest today with me. My name is Christina, if you don't know me yet, and this is our fourth live out of 6 sessions. And my guest today is Zoe. Welcome, Zoe.
Nice to see you, Christina, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you so much, beautiful, for accepting my invite. And before we jump on our topic, which is it's not your baggage, put it down, I would love to ask you to introduce yourself. Who you are, what are you doing, where are you from?
Okay. So, yes, I'm Zoe RIZOKOSTA. Hi, everyone. I am a women's coach. I am a holistic coach. And when I say holistic, I mean that I address all 3 dimensions, which means the body, the mind, the spirit. I love supporting women. I love inspiring them, and I love motivating them to take their lives into their hands by discovering who they are, their strengths, their unique gifts, their superpowers, and use all these to create a life they love and they deserve. That's my passion. And that's what I'm doing for the last 6 years. I live in the Netherlands, but I am originally from Greece. So yes, it's a beautiful country, but I love my host country too. And I've been an expat for the last 16 years. I lived in Germany before, in the Netherlands now. I have 2 beautiful daughters that I'm very proud of. And yes, life's good.
Yay! Thank you so much for sharing. We have so many similarities. I am an expat too. I was born in Pennsylvania, then I lived in Hungary, and then I moved now in London. So like you, we are moving around, trying to find our place, and the most important, trying to empower women, but not before ourselves to go on that journey of self-knowing. Because I suppose before you became a holistic coach and wellness coach, you've been this journey, you've done this journey too as well. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. I'm still going on that journey, by the way. I don't think it will ever end, but it's like a parallel thing, you know.
exactly.
I'm going through my journey, and through that, I am supporting other people to go through their journey.
Hi, Connie. Thank you for watching. Sending you lots of
Hi,
love.
Connie.
So the topic is very much related with our introduction, and I would love to talk with you about the fear of judgment and the fear of exposure, because I strongly believe that unfortunately, with this fear, this imagined fear, we give our power away. What do you think? How do you feel with your clients, working with your clients regarding, this fear of judgment?
Yeah. First of all, let me talk about myself.
Mm.
I think I am the example, or I used to be the example of what fear
Me
of,
too.
yeah, yeah. And I think many of us have been through this, let's say, situation, because until very recently, yeah, like you say, exactly, I was giving my power away. I was more thinking about what other people will think, how they will perceive me, if they will like me or not, how do I look like, how do I sound like. So these things, these questions were constantly in my mind, and they were defining my decisions, my actions, what I was doing. And that not only takes your power away, it's not only that, it's just that it holds you back from pursuing your dreams, from doing what you want to do, from being
Exactly.
the person you are. So it's a process. It's a process. Once you realize that you don't want to live like that anymore, and you start taking action, it's a liberating, let's say, process. And I've been through that very recently. So I speak from personal experience, but also with my clients, exactly because I've been through this journey. I am able now to support my clients go through the same journey and overcome many limiting beliefs that are present because of the way we were brought up, because of our, social environment. There are many factors that lead there. So, yes, I think it's more or less something that we all go through.
I can relate very much with what you're saying because I have been on this journey myself too. And first of all, it requires self-awareness to realize that this is a limiting belief and you have this fear of judgment, fear of exposure. And it takes very much a lot of willpower, takes a lot of self-awareness, because if you would like to do better or be better, you have to find the root of the problem, which, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, it comes from the upbringing.
Yeah.
Boys as well, they have in their lives, as little boys and teenagers, but I think we women, from our upbringing, we bring baggages on our shoulders, which is not even our baggages. Am I right?
Yeah, we women suffer more for sure because of the stereotype of how a woman should look like, should act like. Um, we
So
should be
cute.
more, yes. And also we were talking about that the other day, Christina. I think it also has to do with sometimes with cultural
Right.
background.
Exactly.
Some cultures and some societies are much more, I call these societies collective. They let's say they support and they give much more power to the collective than the individual. So
Exactly.
that means that when you're part of this society or of this culture, you have to take into consideration what the collective thinks about you. So you have to be very aware all the time, what your actions feel like to the others, how you speak, how you act, if you're
Exactly.
too loud, if you are too much, maybe. I know that because that's how I was brought up. I was brought up to be always aware of what other people will say about me, what other people will think about me, how do I look like, how do I appear, do I fit, and
Exactly.
am I accepted? Am I accepted? So this kind of taught me that I shouldn't trust myself about my decisions. I should always look for approval from my
From others.
surroundings, let's say,
Exactly.
from other people. And this is exactly where this kind of disconnection of who you are lays. That's what at least I ended up to. Because if you constantly think about what the others will think, what the others will feel about you, or how they will react in what you're doing, then you always look on the outside about answers. You don't go inside to see what you want,
True.
how you feel, um, what kind of decisions you want to make based on your beliefs and what you want, what you need. So this disconnection at some point made me feel at least uncomfortable, let's say. I really felt that something was not connecting there. And that's when I started going inside, looking for answers. That's when I started discovering that I was giving too much attention. I was giving away too much of my power to other people. So I started um, rediscovering actually who I am, what I want, what I need, what my purpose is, how I want to be, how I want to be, not the others. So that's when I started actually realizing that there were so many limiting beliefs ingrained in my subconscious mind, actually, by the way I was brought up. And I'm not talking only about my parents, for example. I'm talking
Hmm.
about, the society, the school,
Exactly.
the
The school.
neighborhood, the
Exactly.
wider family, everyone around. So then I started asking the question, is this who I want to be? No, I didn't want to be that anymore. I wanted to
Mm.
change. I wanted to start listening to myself much more. And when I started doing that, by the way, it was not easy for me. I
Ah, okay.
really
I know.
had to to struggle at the beginning. I was always questioning myself: is my decision right? I was not very used to going inside for answers. I was always looking for approval. So, however, I really persisted because I knew that this was the only way I could, um, let's say, I could go where I wanted to go. Um, so once I started taking small, hesitant steps at the beginning, and then I started seeing that, okay, nobody disapproves, actually. Nobody,
Nobody
it's no big
cares actually.
deal. Nobody cares. We're making stories in our minds that someone
Exactly.
will, yeah, that most of the times they are not true. Because of course we were brought up in a certain way, but when we grow up and we are adults, then we have to take a decision. Do we still want to live like that? I mean, we can change our story and our beliefs just because we decide to. We don't have to
Exactly.
live like that, our whole lives. So,
What
yeah.
I'm here is what I hear you saying is that we are conditioned and we are brought up with limiting beliefs which are not even ours, and it took a certain age to reach to a certain age, to a certain point when you realize that those limiting beliefs, those baggages in your shoulder is not even yours. And that's the point when you take the decision to basically take your power back, to change your life and to look inward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because as a child, as a teenager, even for me, even in my early 20s, or maybe even later, I always have to be the best, the smartest, the nicest. Because, as you said, I've been brought up in school by my parents. Oh, what the neighbor will said, what the town will said. Don't go out dressed like that. You have to be the first. You have to read that. So everybody told me what I should do, what I should be, or how should I look like.
Mm-hmm.
And this should, as we discussed quite a lot of times with Coney as well, these shoulds are very heavy.
Yeah.
And
They.
for me, it was a couple of years ago, I would say not a couple of years, recently, in less than 2 years ago, when I realized, now, wait a minute, this is not me. This is not how I would love to live my life from now on, trying to please everyone, trying to, you know, do the shoulds.
Yeah.
And that was the moment when I turned inward and I didn't care about what other people will think. And I try and started to, to take off that layer of that fear of judgment, putting it away and
Mhm.
looking to it from a different perspective,
Right.
right?
Right. And as we said, Christina, sometimes it's not even that. It's not even judgment. The judgment goes on in our head.
Exactly,
It's not real,
exactly,
And once we realize that, first of all, what we are doing, what we want to do, does not harm anyone. We are doing everything from our from a good place. We have good
exactly,
intentions, and we
exactly,
want to offer something. We want to serve other people. So whatever we do, even if we make mistakes, it's for the better, it's for the good. So once we switch our mind and we take it away from us and put it in what we want to achieve, what we want to do, how we want to serve others, it starts shifting a bit. I want
Exactly.
here to bring an example about the fear of judgment. So about a year ago, I remember it was the first time I went on video. I went live. Yes. I mean, up to then, I was
Well
not
done.
doing that.
You've done that a year ago. I only started a couple of months ago. So well done, you.
Yeah, of
Amazing.
course. Yeah, but I mean, why I was not going live or I was not being on video exactly because of fear of judgment. I was thinking constantly, what if I make a mistake? What if I don't find the right word? What if the others that see me say, "But what is she talking about? And what is she doing?" Or, I mean, how I look, maybe, how I will appear. This fear, this fear that the others will judge you. Okay, let's say that they judge you. So what? I mean, so what, really?
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
Yeah.
Okay, someone who judged you for making a live video, I'm asking you, how many live videos they've done so far?
Okay.
I've been mean right now, but this was okay. I will only take advice from people who have been there, they walked the walk already, and they've been on the path.
Yeah.
But someone telling me what should I do when they don't do that, I don't think it's really the best person to give advice in that sense.
No.
So what I'm trying to say here is to everybody who is watching now, thank you very much, Malbona, by the way. So who is watching right now, that there will be always a how will I say, a resistance to change. So whenever you decide that you would like to change and live your life because of your upbringing and from the old limiting beliefs, there will always be a resistance, which will manifest in things like you will say to yourself, it's not the best time yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Or when I will have, I don't know, X, whatever, then I'm going to start to live my life the way I want it. So you will always find excuses because in your mind, there will be always this resistance to change. You know that the old is not good and you are craving for the new you. But in the middle, in that shifting process, there will be always this resistance.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that the best time to change these limiting beliefs and to look inward is now, especially now in this, last couple of months when we were basically forced to slow down, right? And to stay at home. I think that it is the best time for everyone to look inward and try not to look for approval from others. This is what we are trying to do as well, right, Zoe, as coaches, as women who try to inspire others. Because unfortunately, there are so many people out there who know the concept of self-love only from books. They don't really know what is it. Probably they don't even heard the expression of fear of judgment. They don't know that. So they have it, but they can't describe it. So that's why I love, cherish, and honor those people like you are a holistic coach who try, and try to inspire them to connect body, mind, and spirit all together. Because until now, everything was focused on one point, what others will think about me, right? But now I feel and I say that it's time to let the thing what is inside, the love, out.
Yes, it is definitely about love, about self-love, like you say. If you love yourself enough, but when I mean love yourself, I mean love the whole you.
The whole
With whatever that involves, and to be able to do that, you have to discover who you are, who you are, what you want, what your dreams are, not the dreams of, I don't know, other people that might have shaped your life so far. So I think the first step is to realize, which part of your life is lived by which
By the
part of
rules
your
of
life has been
society.
shaped by you,
Yeah,
and which part of your life has been shaped by others in general, by the society,
exactly.
by, I don't know, your teachers, your parents, your whoever brought you up. I mean, you have to discover, to realize, and then you have to um, actually you have to create, let's say, to start creating a new you
I knew you, exactly.
based on what you want. And in order to do that, you really need to dig very deep. And sometimes digging deep is a painful process. It's not
Mm,
always happy and
exactly.
hearts and flowers. I mean,
Exactly.
you might discover, because sometimes you have to face the fact that so far you have been living a life that was very conventional, and that you
Exactly.
didn't really choose that. So once you realize that, sometimes it's painful. It was for me, I know that. However,
For
once
me
you
as
do
well.
that, yeah, I think for most of us, but
Exactly.
once you get over this stage, and then you start really seeing what you want, just go back when you were a child, see what made you happy, what you really wanted to do. What
Exactly.
did you want to do originally when you were a child? We ask, the children ask themselves, what do you want to be when you grow up? Sometimes
Actually,
that's what you really wanted to do.
exactly.
So just go inside, see who you are, what you want, and then little by little, with small steps, start just focusing there, and you know see what you can do about that. Exactly.
As you said in the
um
beginning, to rediscover yourself, basically.
mhm, mhm. Exactly. So, yeah, and like I said at the beginning, it's a process. I don't think it ever stops, because sometimes
Mm.
we're so conditioned, so groomed to do something different than we originally wanted, that it needs a lot of digging. And it needs a lot of, I wouldn't say effort, because effort sounds like, you really have to put
Hard,
work, you have to put work, but
but
you have to see it in a way that you're doing something about you. It's an act of self-love, like we said. So, and here I wanted to say that there are so many people that can help you, not only professionals like us, coaches.
exactly.
Just surround yourself with people that support your new you, your dream, even people
Yeah,
that you knew from the past, and that support, who you want to become. It's very important to have the environment that is supportive, instead of, bring you down to the old you and say, nah, what do you want to do now? Just stay where you are, it's okay there.
it's
I
okay.
can
Yeah, exactly.
understand that, because sometimes, people don't like you say, to see changes.
Mm. They
So
are afraid of changes.
yeah,
People
and
are
it's uncomfortable for sure. But I
exactly.
think the people that really care about you will accept you and actually support you on what you want to achieve. So I think this is a point that we all have to be very considerate about. The groups we belong to, the people that we are hanging out online and
Mhm.
offline.
Exactly.
Um, it's good just to choose the people that are supportive to your dream, your new life, who you want to become, and accept you exactly the way you are.
Wow, that's so beautifully said, Zoe. Thank you. I will let this be our closing sentence. So, look for, surround yourself, basically. This is our last thought for today. Surround yourself with people who support you, who cherish you, and who lift you up,
Mhm.
right? So,
Exactly.
before we close, I would love to ask you, Zoe, to tell to our um, whoever is watching today where we can find you. I would love to ask you at the end of the live session to put your website and Instagram in the comments below. So guys, please follow Zoe.
Thank you so much, Christina. Yes, I have a website that I made myself and I'm very proud of.
Well done. Well done.
It was way out of my comfort zone, but I did it. It's my new self now. Yes, I have a Facebook account, of course. I have recently opened an Instagram account. I have a LinkedIn account. So I will put everything on the comments.
Yes, please.
And I would love to connect with like-minded people. As we said before, it's nice to surround yourself online with the people that resonate with you. So I would love to connect with whoever wants to stay in touch. And
amazing. So guys, you are watching, you will find Zoe's LinkedIn account, Instagram account, and website on the comments below. Please connect with her, search for her. She is an amazing coach, an amazing friend, an amazing soul as well. As for myself, I would kindly like to ask you to complete my survey, please. I will put them in the comments below. I'm reshaping my coaching program and I would love to ask your help here a little bit. So if you feel like, then please complete the survey. I will put that on the comments below as well. Thank you very much for being with me today, Zoe.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, even after the live, just put them in the comments below and I will make sure that all of your answers, all of your questions will be answered. See you. Bye next time.
Many hugs.
Bye, guys.
Bye.